kit review is of the Ferrari Superamerica, and it's a 1/24 scale model by Revell, and probably not my favorite Ferrari. There are some of the dimensions and the colors needed, and there's the parts listings there. It's an officially licensed product by Ferrari, and there is the picture of the finished model. This is a front engine car. Let's have a look inside. I've got lots of parts here to look through. So first of all, here are our wheels. These feel like they're vinyl, quite stiff, but fairly well molded. Good level of detail there. Here are decals, lots of decals here, and those look quite nice. Let's have a look at some of these sprues. So first of all, here we have our engine bay cover, fairly well molded. We do have some mold lines there, as you can see. Here are our disc brakes. Here's our transmission and axle. The other side of the transmission, fairly nicely molded. And here's our dashboard. And here's our chassis, nicely molded. We have our hood and bumper, have our side mirrors. So here are our seats, also nicely molded. We have the insides of the doors. We have our cockpits, backs of the seats here, little mold lines here, we need to get sanded down. We have our wheel wells, and not sure what part this is. Now we have a lot of parts here. We have, looks like exhaust parts, engine parts here, valve covers, his radiator, air intakes, and our fans for the radiator. And here we have our exhaust, windshield wipers. I like it when they mold them separately. And looks like maybe part of the hood inside. Here's the other. The other wheel wells here. We have some suspension parts, some wheel parts. Here is our steering column, and we have our steering wheel. It's probably part of the hood, the hinge. Wheels, probably part of the engine and transmission here. Other exhaust, we have our steering rack. Here we have the chrome parts. There are a lot of parts in this model. Those are nicely molded. I've kind of put them away from the edge so you can cut them off and use the chrome if you wanted. I don't like some of this chrome. We'll have to spray that down. Here are our headlights, front grille. And this is the body here, nicely molded. Typical Ferrari lights at the back. And now we have our glass. That's very well molded. Here's some mesh for the front and our lights. And let's have a look now at our instructions. Some of the details about the car and the colors needed. And so we start to build the engine first. Air intakes go on, then we put the exhausts together. Let's put up the chassis. The rear suspension is put together. And that's then put on the chassis. Then we put the front suspension and steering together, engines mounted. Put our wheel wells on. And then the wheels. And then the, I guess that's the bottom pan, protects the parts. And then the rear wheels go on. And the rear bottom pan. Put the cockpit together with the doors, dashboard, toggle box and so on. And here's our dashboard. Then the body gets put together. Along with our glass, hood, and so on. Then all the parts are mounted inside the body. And headlights, tail lights, bumpers are put on, and finally all those pieces are put together. Painting and decal guide. Very easy. That's a really good quality model. Molding quality is average. Some mold lines need to get sanded down, but there's a lot of detail with the engine and suspension.